So that's a nice easy one for me. I wanted the support, the infrastructure and the contacts that you get with a franchise. It will allow me to hit the ground running. I didn't want to spend a lot of time looking into what computer programs I need and then making contacts and all that type of stuff. I just wanted to cut it out and also then have the onward support in a new field with people who have been doing it a long time. So my previous role to this was a general manager in Wren Kitchens, so very much big box retailing. I ran their flagship store for them for a couple of years and helped them recruit and open their first store in America. And then I decided it was time to do something for myself and then came into Pack Send. It was a series of loans and also savings. So I'd financed it during COVID, which was probably, I started probably 2 months after COVID hit, so the banks were very much wary, locking down on how much they were prepared to borrow. So I put in quite a bit of my own savings to get it started and a series of government startup loans and then also a loan through HSBC, which was something that Mike and the team from Pack Send actually helped. They did have good roots with NatWest and good roots with HSBC, the right contacts to make those decisions. Training in the beginning was really good. It was a 2-month training course up at head office, kind of thrown in the deep end. Because they're such a busy store, you do get to learn almost everything that you are going to do. You'll get a snippet of it at some point or another. And then the ongoing training is they're just a phone call away. You can pick up the phone and speak to them. One of the good things in the training that I also found was they helped you set up your accounts. They told you who your account manager was with DHL and UPS and set up all those things that you're going to need for when you open. And that was also part of the training, which I found useful, because trying to do those when you're first opening would have been very difficult. Oh, another easy one. This is a big shout out to Philip Rivers. He came down here for the first month. Phil's the trainer who you'll spend 2 months with, but that first month that he came down to the store was invaluable. That I probably learned more in that 30 days than I did in the 60 days that I was with him previously, because when you're in here and your name's above the door and you are responsible, you're not learning anymore, you're learning at a different type of learning. So Phil coming in here, really looking at process and procedure and helping us work out how we should lay out the store, how we should lay out the back. All these things from Phil were just amazing. I liked the concept of it. I thought it was a great idea that someone was going to put back in after the initial investment. It's a lot of money. And then putting some of it back into your specific branch, I thought was great. And also you're getting, it's quite a bit of actual money that they're putting back in when you get to understand what you're getting from the brand awareness leads, and also the marketing spend at that much that they're prepared to match. And what you're getting is that amount of value from people who have been doing it, I think Mike's 13 years in Pack Send and Loan. And you're getting all that experience and knowledge into your marketing sort of startup. I think it's a brilliant idea. There is no typical day. As franchisee owners, we wear many hats and every day presents its different types of challenges. But there are a couple of set things that you do every single day and you'll carve out your routine. But I think one of the nice things to think about in this job is you're not just doing one thing. You are doing many different things, whether you're getting involved in the logistics or getting involved in the packing or helping somebody move something or looking at a very complex quote that really needs you to draw out how it's going to be packed. So there's many different things that get you away from just doing the same thing, so it's not mundane or repetitive. I got to ship a Boba Fett statue, which was, for those of you who don't know, because I didn't know and there's a lot I'm learning, but it's Star Wars. So Boba Fett from Star Wars was originally done by Jeremy Bulloch. And he passed away recently, and his children are selling off items of the estate. So we managed to get a 6'3" size statue, live statue of Boba Fett, and in the book of all the photos of it actually being made in plaster Paris. I wouldn't say there's a typical customer. I'd say maybe there's types of customers, but in terms of what we typically do here is tends to be a lot more artwork. We're working with a lot of galleries and artists, so we are doing the paintings, the antiques, the large, awkward, fragile and valuable. What we've noticed is we've got one of the largest auction houses for medical equipment within sort of 20 miles from us, so we're starting to ship a lot of medical equipment all over the world. Well, I feel proud, a great sense of achievement, times where I'm very stressed, but on a whole I'm very proud, and I do feel like we've achieved quite a bit here, and we're still growing and building on it. One of the things I do enjoy seeing is making some decisions and then watching for the outcome and seeing, did you get the outcome that you were looking for? The milestone for me, the big one, was the 12 months, our first year, actually finishing our year, and we had set ourselves a target, which I thought was quite a big target, and we finished somewhere in the region of about 50–60% over our initial target. So for me that was a big milestone, big achievement. We also won an award at the first sort of ceremony of us all getting together, and we won our Best Merit Reward, which was a nice thing to win. We top turnover for Pack and Send in the UK in the first 12 months out of all of the Pack and Sends that have opened, so that was a nice achievement for us. And we were the second highest turnover in the first 12 months internationally, so across the entire Pack and Send network, which, being from a sales background, it did mean quite a bit to me. It spurred me on. Now that we've done a year, sales is a big one, and it is every single year, because without sales we have no business. But it's about bringing some more people in, recruitment, it's solidifying the positions that we've got.